All right, it's that time. Time for Fox 10 Sox Sports, the fun stuff. We got plenty to talk about. You can tell it's, time to get casual. I got the tie loose. Pocket score's kind of messed up. But, yeah, we got my guy, Blake Niemann, in the house. Blake, what's going on this week? Any big games in college football?
Oh, I just say the Territorial Cup, the duel in the desert, ASU, U of A. What more can you ask for?
I get the
Both
feeling
teams
you're
are
excited.
8-3.
I know.
Both teams are in the CFP rankings. Arizona 25th, Arizona State 20th. There is really no more you could ask for. I think it's only the third ranked Territorial Cup matchup of all time.
1987 or something like that? Or
it's been a long time.
I think it was 87 the last time they were both ranked in the top 25 when they played in this game. And it's cool because Coach Kenny has talked about that, how there's a lot at stake this time around. Your thoughts on the job Kenny Dillingham has done this year, considering, so many injuries, and here they are, 8 wins. If they win this game, win the bowl game, it's another 10-win season for these guys.
Unbelievable. I think that this coaching job by Kenny Dillingham this season is as good, if not more impressive, than what he did last year with this group winning the Big 12 championship. Because last year, you got Cam Scatterbo on your side. He's pretty good, as we found out through his early part of the NFL. He's actually going to be back in town for the game, honorary captain for the game on Friday. So it's going to be super fun to have Scat back in the building, to see him at Mountain America Stadium among the ASU faithful. But like I said, to deal with your starting quarterback, star quarterback, preseason Heisman candidate, Sam Leavitt, go down and lose him for pretty much this entire last month of the season. And to take Jeff Sims, a guy who everyone wrote off, like everyone on social media who hated was hating on him, writing him off, saying he's threw too many interceptions, too turnover prone. He's taken him and helped him win now 3 straight games for ASU.
Yep. And you talked
2 of them on the road.
I know. And he's gotten better with each game. And I think that's a testament to, like you mentioned, the coaching staff, Kenny Dillingham, Marcus Arroyo, kind of catering the game plan to his skill set, which translates to the NFL because he's big, he's got the size, he can run, and I think he's an underrated passer if you put him in the right situations to throw.
Kenny Dillingham has said this before, that he believes, he said this after Sam Leavitt won the job for the starting quarterback in 2024. He said he still believes he has 2 NFL caliber quarterbacks on his roster. Then after Jeff Sims won the game against West Virginia a couple weeks ago here, he's reiterated it that he believes Jeff Sims is a Sunday caliber player. We'll see if he gets that opportunity, but he's been playing his tail off. He set the ASU quarterback rushing record against Iowa State with 228 rushing yards. He blew it out of the water by over 100 yards, I think. Jeff Sims has really been able to steady the ship with this thing. And the person I give a lot of credit to just kudos to, tip of the cap, as you like to say, is Jordan Tyson coming back. Because he is a guy.
This guy's going to be a top 5 pick
whose future is set. Top 5 pick, top 10 pick at least. And he could have just shut it down and be like, I'm calling it quits. The season is already out of hand. But no, he came back. And he played against Colorado, his former team, last week, went up to apologize to Deion Sanders when he really didn't even have to. Like, the maturity of that, and that's been the thing with Kenny Dillingham and what he's really changed the entire makeup of this program.
The culture,
his top 3 things for ASU's program is, number 1, be a good person, number 2, make good decisions, and number 3, have more fun and working harder than anybody in the country. And he has done that to a T. Jordan Tyson was one of the first players he brought in, along with Cam Scatterbo, to this program. They were with ASU through the 3-9 season, and several other players on this roster too. And they have helped them become better people, and in turn, a better football team too.
Yeah, and you talk about, you mentioned Cam Scatterbo. This is a guy that's already in the NFL, right? You mentioned Jordan Tyson wanting to come back for the guy next to him, right? Knowing how much this game, this stretch means to them, because like he's going to be in the NFL. He's going to be playing on Sunday.
No doubt.
Cam Scatterbo's already there. And then he's coming back to support his old team. When he could be hanging out in New York or, back, where he's from. He could be anywhere because he's got the money now. And he's not coming from San Francisco or the West Coast. This is a trip to come down here and support the team.
Yeah, we see him all over the media right now.
Exactly.
I mean, he's on streams. He's
at
WWE, Monday Night Raw.
Stuff.
Like, he is all over the place. But I think that's what we love about Scat is his personality. He's so infectious, energetic, truly one of a kind, absolutely one of one. And for him to want to come back, Kenny Dillingham has talked about this too. It's like that is what this program is all about, to make it such a special experience for the players that they feel such a value of this place that they want to come back, be a part of it, set the example for future Sun Devils, and help them know how special this place is, how much it means to them, because it's what it's all about. It stands in their team room, ASU's team meeting room, Sun Devil for life. Like Kenny Dillingham saying, lifers, like once a Sun Devil, always a Sun Devil. It's a lifelong thing, and that amount of pride that Scat takes with it, I think is huge, and just is why he's so loved here.
And the great thing is, he's been recruiting here in town, and he says when you win here, it means more, right? And this is the game that means the most. And we kind of ran, a soundbite about him in the earlier the shows where he talks about it's a walk around game, because if you win this game, you walk around with your chest out. You see somebody with the U of A, you're like, hey, what's up? How did it go? And if you lose, then you're like, oh boy, let's go the other way. Talk about the bragging rights. You're a Sun Devil. Just what it means to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, this one is especially more important because it is a huge, just because of the stakes. Like, both teams have the same record. Both teams are ranked. Like, I feel like this one carries almost even more weight than last year, because ASU was like, take care of business at U of A, and you're in the Big 12 championship. Like, but U of A was really bad last year. They won like 3 games. But now it's like both teams are really good. Both teams are on win streaks. They both have momentum. ASU's won 3 straight. U of A's won 4 straight. So now it's like the build up to this game is unreal. So the bragging rights for the next calendar year are going to be massive, because then both teams are going to be heading into the next year, like coming off good seasons. Then they get back to it again, and it's like they're going to be able to hang that hat over them for a while. And I think it's interesting because this is like ASU got blown out in Kenny Dillingham's first season when he was here on their home turf. And now it's like the first time it's been back here since all of this, amount of success has happened to ASU. And it's going to be a sellout. Like, ASU sold out every game this season. I'm intrigued to see how this plays out, because it's like people, ASU fans, like, U of A is good.
I know.
U of A is really good this year. Noah Fafita is top 10 in the country in passing touchdowns. He has 25 passing touchdowns to 5 interceptions. He's been a guy who's been a veteran through it all. Like, he paired up with Territorial McMillan, who was a first-round pick last year. They were like
a great rookie year.
They were like the Jordan Tyson, Sam Levitt duo for a couple of years. I mean, they won 10 or 11 games a couple of years ago when ASU was down,
right?
And then U of A was up. It's like totally flipped off. It's interesting to see the eras of this thing through the rivalry, because it's like Kenny Dillingham's first season, U of A was having like all-time success with Jed Fish,
right?
And ASU was super down again with Kenny Dillingham's first season going 3-9. And then it completely flip-flops. Jed Fish goes off to Washington. Then they bring in Brent Brennan. They struggle while ASU goes on a crazy run to the Peach Bowl. And now it's like they've both kind of met each other in this middle point. And it's like a tiebreaker for Kenny Dillingham, at least, because one loss, one win. I hope the game is close.
I think it will be. I think it's going to be a heck of a game.
I think it's going to be a close game.
A barn burner. You talked to Coach Kenny. You asked him what he was thankful for. Just tell us about how that conversation went.
Yeah, I mean, with Thanksgiving tomorrow, I asked Kenny the same question last year, and he kind of gave me the same answer this year, and that he's just grateful for his team and his players and how much they love football, how much they love Arizona State University. I mean, these are players who go and support other Sun Devils, like the volleyball team, the men's basketball team, the women's basketball team. They are always around. They really take pride in this place, and that's what Kenny Dillingham always says, is that I want players who want to be here. They want to be an Arizona State Sun Devil. They take in pride in wearing that maroon and gold, that PT-42 on their collar. Like, they take a lot of pride in that, and he's just grateful for how much passion his players show, how through everything that's happened this season, they've continued to keep their same level of effort, keep their same passion, same attitude, and not let anything be an excuse or derail them off of that. So he's just really grateful to be here. And I think for anyone who is wondering, who may be watching nationally, that Kenny Dillingham's going anywhere, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah. And it's funny because I say the same thing about the Fox 10 Sports Department. We don't want hostages. We want volunteers. We want people that want to be here, right? Like Blake Niemann. So I'm thankful for you this year. I was thinking about what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for my job, my health, working with you, you've been a blessing to our department. And, I'm thankful for my family and my friends and everybody that's in my life. So just tell me what you're thankful for. You got a little bit about a minute here to talk about that.
Well, I'm thankful for this job, especially this year. I started the year without a full-time job.
See, he's smart. This guy's smart. Good answer. You're good, you. You're good, you.
I started the year.
You already got the job. You don't got to butter me up.
I started the year in school, and by February, I had a full-time job at Fox 10. Didn't even have my degree yet. Now I've finished my degree. I do have my bachelor's degree now, and I've been working full-time covering ASU, building amazing relationships with great people both here and in the field. I'm just so blessed.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I remember when Blake was working for Sun Devil Source and the student, and the first couple of times he would ask a question, I'd be like, who asked that question? I'd look back and it was you every time, and they were really good questions. Just tell us about how you started at home, doing your little stream, your YouTube channel. That's a great story.
Yeah, I started out in my YouTube channel, spare bedroom, set up a green screen, bought lights, did everything out of my spare bedroom for 2 years in high school, made over 400 videos. I had a squeaky eye voice. If you ever want to look it up on YouTube, it's called Blake's Take.
Yeah, you guys got to go check it out. It's on YouTube, Blake's Takes, right? Or Blake Take?
Blake's Take.
Blake's Take. And it's really good stuff. And it shows how much he's grown, right? It's pretty cool to see. And it shows that the passion that he had from day one. I remember watching it, I'm like, that would be a great promo for Fox 10. But don't go watch it right now. Stick around. We're coming back for a second segment, talking all ASU stuff. We might talk about some Cardinal stuff, but a lot of good stuff for ASU going on right now. So we're back to talk about the football team, even the basketball team. The men and women are doing well. So much more coming up right after the break. And we are back. It's another edition of Blake's Take. I mean, Fox Fed Talk. We're talking about his YouTube show. You guys got to check it out. But no, Blake, I'm so glad you're joining us, man, because you are dialed in when it comes to Arizona State. We're talking about the football program and the big Territorial Cup, the big game on Friday. But man, the basketball teams, and I'm saying teams as in both the men's and women's teams, have been a pleasant surprise, especially the men's team. But let's talk about them first. Bobby Hurley with a completely different roster. I mean, I feel like these guys have to wear name tags because we don't know who they are, but he hit the transfer portal big time, and it's paid off. And, boy, they had a good time in Maui.
They did have a really good time in Maui. I mean, the Lays were around them.
Right.
They had Bobby Hurley was wearing his Hawaiian shirt.
I like that shirt.
I mean, shoot, Bobby Hurley back when he was at Duke, he was the MVP of the Maui Invitational back in 1992. ASU also won the Maui Invitational back in 1994. They had a chance to win it again today. Unfortunately, couldn't get the job done, but it was a heck of a run. They beat Texas and Washington State, who are tournament teams from the past couple of years. And look, in Maui, there's Mo Odom. Maui Mo was going crazy. 36 points against Texas, including the game winner. Then 26 points the next night against Washington State, and then he had 17 today. And look, it's not even so much his play on the floor, which is phenomenal.
Right.
He's ASU's leader, but it's his character and the leadership he has brought in. If you guys haven't heard the interview yet that I did with him, you can check out my social media.
He's got the New York swag.
He's got the New York swag. He's straight from he's from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got a moxie to him.
He does.
Chip on his shoulder and a genuine belief that he can turn this ASU program around with Bobby Hurley. And I think he's the kind of player, like he's the first player to put up 60-plus points in back-to-back games since Alonzo Verge in 2019, and he got a shot in the NBA. So this is a kid that it just like straight from the street ball, like came from the Bronx, like grew up with basketball hoops on every single corner, and
chain nets,
and is just like a guy who really like believes that he can help turn this thing around. And I think he brings an energy that belief is just feeding off of the rest of the team, and they want to play harder for him and for Bobby. But I think Mo Odom, like he is the most critical piece to do this entire thing. And like everyone's going into this final year, like it's the final year of Bobby Hurley's contract. They're like he's done after this year, no matter what. But like he's making it interesting so far.
He is.
I think they're 6-2 so far, and a really good showing in Maui that turned a lot of heads.
A guy from the Bronx with some moxie. Who would have thunk it? Right? Yeah, right.
Yeah, in Tempe, Arizona, of all places.
But the funny thing is, he fits Bobby Hurley's style.
He does.
One of them point guards that's not scared to shoot. It's aggressive. It's got that swag, got that confidence on and off the court. Remy Martin was another one of those guys.
Yeah.
And when Bobby Hurley has that type of guy, that type of player running his system, it can be successful. We've seen it happen here before.
Yeah.
And especially in college basketball, if you have a strong point guard, and then when you get a big man like Diop, Masamba Diop, who has been a pleasant surprise to that guy.
Masamba Diop.
I mean,
where the heck did he come from?
I know. Yeah.
Like no one knew who he was. And Bobby Hurley, like he did for a lot of this roster, he like
way out
laid out a map and went all across the globe to find these players. Like literally the only returning player on this roster from last year is Trevor Best.
Right.
And everyone else is new from all over the country. Masamba Diop, I think, is from Africa. I don't know where in Africa, I forgot.
Senegal, I believe.
Yeah, Senegal. Yeah. So, but like he looks like an NBA prospect.
He does.
And it's just like Bobby Hurley.
Wide net that he cast.
Bobby Hurley has like had his troubles in getting to the tournament and stuff, but man, he's always been able to recruit and find a way to put together a roster. I mean, ASU coming off the worst year of his tenure last year, he's managed to piece together still a really good roster.
Yeah, and it's funny because you talked about, Bobby Hurley was the MVP of the Maui Invitational and in the early. He was a baller, man.
He was.
Oh, he was so good
as a player. Like he can. It's pretty clear he was the best college point guard of all time.
Yeah, if you would have got that car accident, who knows what would have happened, because he was already playing well for the Sacramento Kings. So he's got an unbelievable story. He was also part of that college team that beat the Dream Team.
Yeah.
And I always love talking to him about that. I could pick his brain about that moment. Can you imagine playing Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and beating those guys?
As a college kid.
As a college kid. I mean, that had to be Unbelievable. I love to talk to him about that. But yeah, more on the college scene. Molly Miller was fantastic at GCU.
Yes.
And boy, she's hit the ground running here today. And the thing about Molly Miller, she's just a winner. She won as a player at Drury. She won as a coach there. She won at GCU. And now she's really has an opportunity because, I mean, how can you not recruit to Tempe, right? Especially at this time. And she does a really good job of recruiting without really recruiting, where she'll post up on Instagram like, beautiful day, walking through the park here in Tempe. Like, why wouldn't you want to play here? You know, like, I know what she's doing.
Yeah.
You know, she's smart. But the funny thing is with something you found out that I already kind of knew, that she's tough, man. She will hold you accountable. Don't let that pretty face fool you.
No,
because she's gritty gutty, and she hangs her hat on defense. Every team she's had are defensive.
Yeah,
and they'll guard you, all the way up and down the court.
Yeah, we mic'd her up last night for an ASU All Access segment that will air later on in the coming weeks. But
that's called a tease. See, he's good. It's called a tease in the tease.
So listening to her, I got to listen to her literally word for word the entire game, what she was saying on the sideline. And folks, like Richard said, don't let the pretty face fool you.
You should have seen his face. He goes like, man, Molly Miller is tough, man. I'm like, oh yeah, bro.
She's got a switch that flips in game, and man, she gets the absolute most out of her players, challenges them, but then we'll coach them up again and build them back up, and then they go out and play harder for her. And you can just tell that her players really enjoy playing for her. They bring a passion and energy. And the energy that she's brought in from GCU to ASU, it's been pretty much copy and paste. Like GCU won 30 plus games last year. It was a 30-game win streak, I think, with Molly Miller. And then she comes to ASU, and now they're off to a 6-0 start.
Yeah.
I get the competition hasn't been as great so far, but still 6-0 and 6-0 as a where this ASU women's hoops team, for anyone that's aware, the past couple of years they've not won a lot of games. It's not been good. It's been
they were nowhere near 6-0, and she's 6-0 with a completely new team. I mean, these aren't players that have been playing together.
No,
she brought, kind of like Bobby Hurley, just went out and just made a team out of the transfer portal. And I think that the smartest thing she did, the first recruit, I call it, was she went and picked the brain of Charlie Turner-Thorne, who had put this program on the map before it went off the rails. And I thought that was like, man, she gets it. No ego. Like, hey, I know you're good. I know you got a history here. I want to pick your brain, and I almost even ride your coattails and getting this thing back on track. And I want to go back to that practice that you noticed, because she is tough on her players, and she works them hard, runs them hard, but she loves them hard too.
Yeah.
She knows when to push and when to put her arm around them and like, good job.
Yeah.
And it just sounds about noticing that. And I think younger players want that, need that. You as a rising star, what are your thoughts on being coached that way?
Well, I think it's important, especially in my generation now, Gen Z. A lot of us, it's like we grew up with these the entire time.
Right.
Like phones are what we know, and as the grandparents or the unks, I say, like to say,
he calls me unk sometimes.
that this has kind of softened us up in a way. And I mean that can be true in some sense, but I also think it's just a different way of communicating. That we've learned to dialogue better as a society in a more respectful manner, and just being yelled at or told to do something is not always going to be the benefit. You can tell someone something, but you also got to tell them why now.
Right.
Just telling them to do something just because I say so isn't going to cut it for people. We've gained more intelligence. People can say that we're soft as a generation, but we've just become more intelligent, younger, because of these sophisticated devices. And so I think what Molly Miller does a good job of, like you were saying, is she tells the player to do something, but then last night after a timeout, she'll come up to that player and explain, you understand why I was saying that, and they list the reasons why, and then just provide some encouraging words tells you I love you, you're my pulse, this and that. And that's what helps. That's what coaches should be teaching players and people really in general from my age range is that's how we want to be taught and coached now.
Yeah. Because I used to ask why too, and my mom would be like, "Because I said so. That's why." But and that's a good thing is when you coach somebody hard and you tell them, "Look, This is why, and the intention is good. I'm trying to make you better as a player.
Right.
And I think Kenny Dillingham does that too. And I think both Molly Miller and Kenny Dillingham being kind of young and being energetic helps them relate to these players.
Totally.
No
doubt.
Because when you're out there recruiting, and you're Molly Miller or you're Kenny Dillingham or Bobby Hurley, you're saying, send your kid to me. Send your kid to Tempe, and I'll return them as an adult, as a man, as a woman, as a mature person. And that's a major responsibility as a college coach.
Yeah, I mean, developing good people, like you can see it throughout the program for both Kenny Dillingham and Molly Miller's program with the women's basketball team. I mean, ASU's football team just the other day went out to St. Mary's Food Bank and donated 543 turkeys. 543 turkeys and raised over $13,000 for the food bank to help people who don't have Thanksgiving meals. And like, these are star players who went out. Jordan Tyson, their star wide receiver. Keith Abney, their star cornerback. And Clayton Smith, defensive end. Like, it's not just like the freshmen. Like, it is the star players of the team, the Pat Tillman Leadership Council, as they say. And that's the biggest thing that Kenny Dillingham talks about is your best players set the standard. Kenny Dillingham talks about this all the time. The Pat Tillman Leadership Council, ASU's best players, leaders, they make the decisions for most of the team. Kenny Dillingham says this, like, the best programs are player run. And that's how ASU's football program is done. And I believe Molly Miller's program is run the same way.
Yeah, and trending in the right direction. Of course, Friday's a big game. Territorial Cup, another sellout. Tell us about the vibe there when it's sold out like that and it's a big game.
Well, I mean, it's been like this all season long. Like ASU is literally.
Back to last year.
I think Chris Carmen's a good friend, old boss of mine, and I think he pulled up a stat today that it's the first time since 1973 that ASU has sold out every single game. And people can say the stadium capacity has decreased. Okay, they can't change that. They can't control that. Yeah. They're selling out stadiums.
Yep.
And 2 years ago, the stadium was nearly empty.
Exactly.
It's like the energy now, like it's infectious. And I've even talked to like players now to where it's like, yeah, when we go on the road, like it's less loud than it is at home.
They're used to it.
So the defense feeds off that a lot.
Exactly. Hey, for tomorrow, happy birthday. Hope you get a lot of gifts. I figure since it's Turkey Day, it's your birthday. That's my dad joke. That's why he calls me Unc. I had to get it in there before we left. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to keep talking, so we hope you guys keep watching.